I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledged knowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocker in Knicks Universe, main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Let's go. Let's get that energy up, party people. We're going to be here for a minute. Man. Get that energy up. I see y'all in. Chef NYK is in the building. Mr. Lee is in the building. Forbes is Phil. What's good? I see you. Rich Boy, what's happening? I see you. Thomas Pfeiffer is in the building. T. Smith was good. Selly is in the building. What's good, y'all? Let's get that energy up. I know we just lost to the Indiana Pacers in the preseason game, man. So what? I don't care. Right? I just want to speak to some things that I saw. I want to make some observations or share things that I saw, right? And things that you may have seen as well. And we could talk about these things. Paris Doug is in the building. What's good? Yeah, man. Hey, Paris Doug says, I'm praying that the show is upbeat, understanding we just didn't play as hard as Indiana. Hey, you know what? I'm saying, man, I'm hoping that people are going to take some positives away from tonight's preseason game. Emphasis on preseason. Right? Let's have some perspective. Right? Tonight was a preseason game in which we tried to see there are things that you have to do in the preseason that you can't do in the regular season. Yankees Morning Brew is in the building. What's good, Het? What's happening? How you doing today, man? What's good, y'all? Let's keep in mind today or this game that the Knicks just lost is a preseason game in which the head coach experimented with a lot of things. Some things that he did during the preseason you can't do during the regular season. And that is why you have a preseason. Right? Let's not go overboard with any of the things that we saw, because there were some positive things that we saw tonight that one could extrapolate into superstardom. And then there were some things that we saw tonight that we could extrapolate into this guy is a bust. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is have perspective. Right? So it's just a preseason game. It's just a preseason game. Yo, my man Cully Goat is in the building. Cully ain't even speak. Cully just busting the door like, yo, where the link at? Let me throw this thing out here for my guy. Cully Goat. Yeah, Parasector says, first road game in 6 months, 5 days off didn't help our shooting. Yeah, there are a lot of things that you could take into account. There are a lot of things that you could take into account. What I would say, that my first thing about this preseason game, bruh, is preseason. This game carries no stock, no weight, no nothing. No nothing. Right? If you use this game as a measuring stick for anything, then yeah. Let me first start by saying, if this had been a regular season game, we probably beat Indiana by 25. Cameron Goldberg is in the building. What's good? Cam says, I really hope the fourth quarter is fixed in the regular season. Yeah, this fourth quarter here is not indicative of what's going to happen in the regular season fourth quarter. For one, this is not the unit that you're going to see in fourth quarters. You're not going to see a Cam, Obi, Hartenstein, McBride type of finishing fourth quarter unit. The Cully Goat is in the building. What's good, sir?
Salute, man. Salute.
How you doing, brother?
Salute, man. How you, bro?
Man, I'm Gucci. I'm super good.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah, JJ's in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jay-Z Jigga.
Me?
Hold in the building.
Me?
Yeah. Hold the rock. Yeah, man. And hey, so JJ says, yo, Cam shot selection is awful. Hey, you know what? Hey, JJ, I wanna reel that in a little teeny bit. What I want to say is the guards that Cam Reddish played with tonight, they were not on their game tonight. So you saw off games by Cam and Obi tonight. You saw off games by Cam and Obi, and it's not say just a Cam Reddish issue or an Obi issue. It's a second unit not having a playmaker issue.
What's the last thing you said? Cam having a what?
Cam and Obi having off games tonight is not just their fault. The guards that they played with had off nights too. The entire unit had an off night.
Well, yes, that entire bench was off. Yes.
Right.
The entire second unit was off.
Right. So you saw Cam Reddish try to be assertive, whereas Obi was basically neutralized. In that in the second half, basically Obi was neutralized.
I suppose. Who was guarding them?
No, he wasn't neutralized by their defense. He was neutralized by our lack of offense.
By our offense. Yeah. No, I can agree, because I was looking. I'm like, why didn't we try to get the ball to him? I mean, that was just me. It's all good.
Right. Yeah, man. When Emmanuel Quickly and Miles McBride combined for a 5 for 24 from the floor, they combined for 5 for 24 from the floor. That's atrocious. And then the starting backcourt combined for 7 for 23 from the floor. Right? And so y'all know how I feel. Y'all know what my biggest pet peeve about the roster is. At times our guards can look awful. That was my biggest pet peeve. For the last 3 years, at times, our guards can be, can be our Achilles heel. Not Randall, not RJ, not Mitch. You know what I'm saying? Our guards can be our Achilles heel. So
right.
Yeah, man. So what'd you think about what happened tonight, man? What's good?
So Tibbs let the youngins finish out the game to give them experience of finishing. None of these guys ever closed out games before.
Right.
With the exception of IQ. He might have closed out some games, but these guys don't get to close out games. Reddish, iHeart, I don't know, iHeart, whatever teams he's been on, I don't think he ever got to close out games. Cam, said Cam. Obi never gets to because Randall's in front of him. Yeah. There was one more guy. Oh, Deuce. Deuce. Yeah. Deuce doesn't get to. Yeah, these guys, they don't get to close out games, so it was good for the experience. So I'm okay with it. They didn't look bad. They lost by 9. They lost by 9, but they didn't look bad before that. They was up. See, people, they was down. The bench finished the rest of the game. Now they might have been tired. Okay, but they're youngins. Okay, I get it. They was up. They was up. Then they was up 1. Then they went down 1. Then they went up by at least 9. They went up by what they lost by. Right. And they ended up losing by 9. In Indiana, whatever unit they had, and I don't know if that was their second or first, they ended up just finishing better than us. So they was better than us tonight. Well, at least the bench, at least.
Well, for one thing, let's give the Indiana Pacers coaching staff credit for changing the way that
absolutely,
they the Knicks.
Absolutely,
right. So let's give them. Why is this thing not okay?
But I want to give absolutely. But I give our team credit too because they went up. I don't know what's happened.
Freeze?
I don't know what happened. The Knicks was up too. Knicks was up. The Knicks bench had readjusted, went up 9. I don't know what happened after that, but it's all good. And let me just get at Sherwin. Sherwin said it's nonsense. Cully and JJ are Obi and IQ fans. It's not that I'm so much Obi and IQ fans. It's just that I'm not even an IQ fan. But I like IQ. I'm not an IQ fan. If anything, I'm more of an Obi fan. But I give them their props. When they're part of the bench. The bench has got us in a lot of games, especially last season. This is a new season. So, I mean, you're only as good as your last game. So you could say something now, Sherwin. Sherwin doesn't like nobody because he doesn't like their defense. But the guys that he likes defense of, they're nobodies in the league right now. So it's not really an argument right now.
Right. I'm not gonna take a personal shot at Sherwin.
Well, I am. If you don't, I will. But go ahead. No, I will because I'll say something on here, but it's all right. Go ahead, Freeze.
No, what I was gonna say is man, it's a preseason game. We tried some stuff and we didn't get the result we wanted. So what? It's just preseason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for instance, I could go after the front office right now. I could legit make an argument about how the front office dropped the ball, right? Just by looking at the Indiana Pacers with 4-5 young studs, Isaiah Jackson, Andrew Nembhard, Kendall Brown, and Tyrese Halliburton, and Ben Mathurin. It looks to me like they rebuilt their franchise in 2 seasons. Right,
and they got that Durant, Chris Durant,
and Chris Duarte,
and
Chris Duarte, yeah,
solid, yeah,
right,
yeah. See, I could do that, but that's not what I'm doing because all franchises don't build the same way. All franchises don't have the same end goal, right. What I'm thinking is our franchise and our front office is taking a different approach than the Indiana Pacers, right? That's what I'm saying. Our front office is investing in RJ Barrett.
Okay.
Our front office is investing in Obi Toppin, and while they're doing it, they're going to give other young players a shot to prove that they're quality NBA players, right? They're giving these guys a shot. You see it. They're giving Isaiah Hartenstein a shot. They're giving Cam Reddish a shot. They gave Austin Rivers a shot last year. You know what I'm saying? They are taking.
That's why I say, not to cut you off. That's why I say when it comes to youngins, give them a shot. You gave Austin Rivers a shot. You gave a lot of people a shot. It don't hurt to give guys a shot. It don't hurt to give Cam a shot.
Right.
You gave plenty of bums a shot last season. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So what I'm saying is teams, franchises build differently. So while I could easily point to say, hey, look at their rebuild. Their rebuild is better than ours. But I'm not doing that because I believe in the kids that we have here. Right? Like I believe in RJ. And I believe Quickly is going to be a player, even though tonight he frustrated me so bad, man. I could just nothing bothers me more than have a reputation for doing something and you never do it. You know what I'm saying? Like Lee, you remember back in the day, cats used to be like, yo, my man's a baller. Yo, you know what I'm saying? He a baller, you know, so he breaded up, he caked up. And then when it comes time for him to do nothing, he'll never spend money. He ain't no baller.
I will say though, man, Mathurin is him. That's why you wanted him too, Freezy. I wanted him in that draft.
We all wanted him.
We all wanted him. Mathurin is him. Well, I'm not gonna say that off of tonight, but he got y'all see the potential. He could finish. I ain't seen no shooting from him, but he could finish getting to the rim.
That dude got finish.
There's a kid down in Miami, man. What's that dude's name? But he's popping up out of nowhere, similar build to Mathurin. Hold on.
On the Heat?
He's low key right now, though. Nobody's really. Hold on one second. Jamal Kane. Jamal Kane.
Oh, Jamal Kane. Okay.
He's low key because everyone's on Joe Fake. But this just goes, like in the reality is this goes to say is why does the Miami Heat keep coming up with these low key guys that putting up 20 in preseason games and nobody heard of you?
Because it's the way they bring them in. That's
right. But you could say the same thing about Kendrick Nunn. You remember Kendrick Nunn came from out of nowhere with them.
Yep.
They bring a guy like that out every season though. Like Bam Adebayo. I remember when Bam Adebayo came out of nowhere, and that was about 3 or 4 seasons ago. He just came out of nowhere. He was guarding guys, and he was defending perimeter play as well. And this is a big man, and all of a sudden he's an all-star
I don't know if
superstar.
he came from out of nowhere. That dude was balling at Kentucky with De'Aaron.
Bam Adebayo, I think went to school with Dennis Smith, right? Did he go to school with Dennis Smith?
No, he was at Kentucky with
Kentucky. My bad.
And Malik
His
Monk.
cool.
Yeah.
High school. I think he went to high school with Dennis Smith. I could be wrong, but
okay.
Yeah, he was cool. But like as I was saying, this is a guy that came out of nowhere. Max Strus was a guy came out of nowhere, and he's a good player for them.
He's a good player. I mean? He's a very solid player. Very solid player.
They keep getting guys like this every year.
And it's just like them taking Nikola Jovic, 6'11", 223, first round, pick 27, right? But they take swings. They don't look to come up off of them. And then they give them the chance to play. So I think the Knicks are headed in the right direction if they're giving the youngins a chance to play. You got to see him. You got to see him.
Yeah. And the point that I was getting at though about the having a reputation and you don't do it is when is Emmanuel Quickly going to live up to his reputation as being a shooter?
Yeah.
See, because
Quickly was your guy.
Quickly is my man. $50,000. Emmanuel Quickly with me is good money, but the thing is the thing about having a reputation is we are who our reputation says we are. You know what I'm saying? And if Quickly is a shooter that can't shoot, then that means Quickly is a shooter that can't shoot. Somebody tell me something otherwise.
It means to nobody. That's what it means. You can't be a shooter that can't shoot. If you have the name shooter deemed on your name,
shoot, then what are you? Then what are you?
Wow, he was 4 for 18 tonight. Dang.
How much did he shoot?
4 for 18, bro.
4 for 18.
He shot
the most.
He's taking a lot of shots. I didn't see.
Yeah.
Brunson was 4 for 14. Reddish was 3 for 10. Barrett 7 for 14. Barrett's looking good, man.
Yeah.
Barrett's looking good.
I didn't see many going from quickly. So yeah, who looked good? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Wait, no, who looked good?
Nah,
RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett's looking good, man.
Barrett
Like he's
he looked
matured a
good
little bit.
finishing. Barrett
Yeah.
finished a lot, so I will say,
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken.
You know who looked really good?
Randall.
Randall looked good.
That's your boy.
Randall.
He looked good.
Randall looked good.
Randall.
He did
Bro,
his
that's what
thing.
I'm
He did
saying.
his thing tonight.
RJ shot 6 for 7 from the free throw line. That's
Yep.
something to be proud about. That's improving because that's going to give him 3 or 4 more points a game right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's good.
Ultimately, I'll tell you where I think we fell down at tonight. I think we took the Pacers for granted.
Yes.
Like you know what I'm saying? I think we took them for granted. Like we were just gonna. Kelly, you've been through this with me, bro, on this channel. You remember how on one night in a back-to-back we'll blow a team out, and then the next time we play them, they come back and beat us.
Yep.
You remember we used to do that? Remember we used to do that? We do that to Orlando, to Washington, to whoever. Like the first time we play them,
Houston.
we'll beat the brakes off them.
I've seen it plenty of times. Yep.
And then the very next time we play them, which would be our very next game, that team would beat us because we take them for granted.
And they made adjustments, and we didn't adjust to their adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't adjust to theirs. Exactly. We don't counterattack them. So yes, I know.
Yeah, because tonight in Indiana, I'm gonna tell you what Indiana did tonight. What Indiana did tonight was our threes wasn't going early, so they sagged off of us and let us shoot threes. And you know what? We did? We kept on shooting.
Kept on shooting. I was just about to say.
Yeah, we kept on shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, they kept waiting for us to shoot. They made us turn it over and fast breaks. That's all it was. They was revitalized this game. Yeah. That's all it was. And funny thing is, we still almost beat them. So it's like, we still almost got away with it. It's like it's kind of like this. The games I seen, like you mentioned in the back-to-backs last season. It's kind of like the games I seen last season where teams. There was a lot of. That's another thing I remember too. There was a lot of games last season where teams almost gave the games away to us to win, and we never executed.
And you know what? That's funny that you say that because that's why it's so important to win the first quarter. The Knicks lost every quarter but the first.
Yep.
They were never in the. They were never in the game. Like they were never in the game. They were in the score, but when you really watch that game, right? 21-25 Indiana, 25-29 Indiana, 21-32 Indiana.
Right.
That's why they say if you win the first quarter, you got like an 80% chance to win. If you win the first quarter. And that's why the starters usually play the entire first.
Yeah.
But the first quarter looked good. I watched the second and third. I didn't catch the fourth though. So
yeah, you ain't missed nothing.
I didn't. Yeah, I kind of figured it was.
Yeah, we was up most of the game. Yeah, I will say it might have been neck and neck.
But isn't that ironic though? Like when you look at the box score, it tells a totally different story than the game.
I don't look at the box score.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. When you look at it though, like if you ever just look at how the game breaks down on the numbers,
because that's going to lead to more questions. If I look at a guy,
it means the lineup rotations aren't right, bro. It means the rotations need to be fixed.
It's not necessarily rotations need to be fixed, but more so that I think Tibbs is more getting a feel for everybody and putting them in situations and see how they want to fight through these situations.
Yeah,
it's the preseason. And you got to think the bench majority of the bench closed out the game.
But you open it up against Memphis, baby. You open it up against the Grizzlies.
Of course, but you're not going to see. You're not going to see that same team in the fourth quarter against Memphis like that either.
Right. I mean, listen, I'm down for the entertainment, right? So for me, I look at it like the Pacers have a nice lineup with Turner and the dude from Maryland.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The dude that Sherwin W loves. Sherwin, what's your man that plays
Sherwin
Smith?
He loved everybody that don't make
Jalen
sense.
Smith.
Yeah.
Not Jalen Smith.
Jalen Smith starts at the
nice,
4.
though. I like Jalen Smith.
Yeah, Jalen Smith's nice.
But
He's
he
the
likes everybody.
11th pick.
So what?
He was the 11th pick.
Yeah,
of the draft.
he was behind. He was in the
10th
Obi draft.
Yep, 10th pick.
I thought he was
Yeah,
in the,
by the
you're
Phoenix Suns.
right. I know he went to the Suns. Yeah, he didn't get no burn,
yeah.
but he was solid though. He was solid coming in.
Yep.
He
I
got no
can't
burn.
believe he ain't get no burn.
Right.
The Pacers got a deep bench, and I think that's what we're seeing with them. Maybe,
Hey, Sally, who young core you prefer, the Knicks or the Pacers?
I take the Knicks. I would take the Knicks.
Now, mind you, the Pacers young core is this: it's Tyrese Halliburton,
right?
Chris Duarte, Ben Mathurin, Jalen Smith, Isaiah Jackson, Kendall Brown, and Andrew Nembhard.
We're still considering Jalen Brunson and R.J. Barrett young, right?
R.J. Barrett young. I would say R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson, maybe not.
If we're not going to consider Jalen Brunson, then obviously, Yeah,
because Brunson turned 26 August 31st.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's rough. That's tough. They've made a lot of really big moves, too. Trading Sabonis, getting Halliburton.
Right.
And they got Buddy Hield over there.
And they still have their own version of Evan Fournier. They have their own version of Evan Fournier and Buddy Hield.
Yep. Buddy Hield's a baller, man.
Yeah.
That dude's a baller. I'd love to have Buddy Hield on any team.
They're about to trade him now.
Yeah, it's a hard contract. But
they're about to trade him to get younger. They want to rebuild.
Yeah, I think they already have what they need. They have a player at each position.
So do you think Miles Turner's overrated? Like, do you think I look like Mitch was doing great tonight, doing good holding his own against Miles?
I like Miles Turner, but I think he's a little overrated.
A little hyped.
Yeah.
I think he's very hyped.
Yeah.
I think Mitch made an adjustment to Miles Turner. Because what happened is when we played Miles Turner in the past, Mitch would sag off of Miles Turner and let him get into his jump shot and then contest. Tonight, Mitch crouched and made Turner either think about dribbling or shooting. And when he went up to shoot, then Mitch ran up to him and contested. Right? That somebody coached that into Mitchell Robinson. Because before, Mitch would just back up because big men have the mentality of protecting the rim first. Right? Yep. So you saw Mitch. So you saw Mitch get coached up. Like somebody actually coached that into him. Like, get into defensive position, force Miles Turner to make a basketball
when you like
move.
trash. Go ahead, Freezy.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, my bad.
No,
Sherman said I love defense. No, you like trash. But go ahead, Freezy.
Oh God.
Yeah, he likes trash. But go ahead, Freezy. What are you saying?
Yeah. Mitch legit looked good against Miles Turner on those threes because in previous years, the last 3 years, Miles Turner made his reputation off of bigs like Mitch that wouldn't come out there and let him get that shot up.
Yeah. I think Mitch has looked really good this preseason.
Yeah.
I think he's looked real good. The games I've seen, I've been just trying to watch the first and second quarters. I really wasn't going too deep into them.
No, we ain't. Yeah.
But I think he looks real good. And I don't know what you think about iHeart, but the box score looks good. 10 boards.
Now he looked. So my thing on iHeart is he looked like
he was doing too much.
Yeah,
he looked like he needs some time to grow with this team.
Do you think some of that has to do with Quickly just not being able? You think it has to do with Quickly's play is kind of maybe rotten the bunch of apples.
No, I think it's more that him and Obi and Cam need time to develop chemistry.
Right.
Because there were some backdoor cuts that iHeart looked like he wanted to throw, but Obi didn't cut. Mm-hmm. And it's not Obi's fault because all the centers he played with before, they never did that.
They're never passing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, because think about it. Think about at that high post when the backdoor cut is there. Nerlens Noel ain't throwing that backdoor cut to Obi Toppin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now that iHeart is here, as soon as he see it, his IQ is so high that he looked like he wanted to throw it. Obi is still out there on the perimeter. So now iHeart got to go the other way. with the ball. And so what they'll probably do after this game, it's like, big dog, that backdoor cut is there for you all night. You want to dunk, don't you?
Right.
Obi, you want to dunk? Well, cut backdoor. I got you. You know what I'm saying? It's like these little things. It's like these little things that all it takes is just some time for these guys to develop chemistry. And the same thing with Cam. Cam came off the pick and roll, right? Obi was in the corner waiting for a three. But why? When if he would have cut back door, Cam could have threw a lob to him. Right? Right? But when you Obi and you playing with dudes like Alec Burks and Reggie Bullock, they can't make those type athletic plays.
I tell you who I'm not feeling. I'm not really feeling McBride. That's just the eye test for me.
Miles McBride?
Yeah, I'm not feeling him.
Yeah, he just needs time, bro.
Yeah, you got that dude down there, Mike Kulik, Svi Machilik or whatever.
Man, yes.
McBride playing off IQ, so I mean he can't do much.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not the main ball.
You're talking about Svi McCulloch. And look, I'm telling you.
Let him get some run. 6'7", 205.
He ain't gonna do nothing. But
Svi?
You don't
Svi? No. He does all he can do is shoot. He's not gonna do nothing for the Knicks.
Yo, don't sleep on how athletic he is, bro.
He's not.
You know, let's
man.
not just. We don't want to just say, hey, you know what I'm saying?
He ain't gonna do nothing. He not gonna do nothing for them.
Talking about Svi McCulloch. Okay, I'm willing.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do anything. I know he can shoot. I hear this every time.
I'm willing to bet bread that he gonna catch. I'm willing to bet bread that he gonna catch 3 bodies this year.
Yeah, and just 3, and it'll be games we lose and games that don't even matter. We ain't gonna remember them.
No. I'm not even talking about the result. I'm talking about his athletic profile. I'm saying people are because he looks like the average white guy shooter. Every time you see him,
no, he can shoot.
Oh, yeah.
I know that.
Oh, yeah, he's a 6'7", 6'8" guy that can shoot. He can't do nothing else. But that's not him. You know what I'm saying? This dude, I'm okay. All right. I'm just willing to put bread on this dude catching bodies this year.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see why he doesn't get any run. I mean, do not play. Why wouldn't you give him some run? Why not?
Yeah.
Miles McBride out there, Quickly's out there building a brick house, and McBride's not doing anything. Give the guy some run.
I think it's because of Cam. I think it's because they want to see what
I'm about to say probably because of Cam.
Yeah,
but nobody's doing nothing really. I mean, I don't know. Only some guys are doing something. Some guys ain't. I don't know.
And I'm willing to bet that a lot of these dudes that feel like they got minutes right now are gonna get their egos checked by guys like Svi McCulloch and Isaiah Hartenstein.
Oh, come on.
Yes, okay.
Egos checked by guys like Svi. Come on.
Okay.
He's better than McBride. I mean,
Jalen Harris is better than Svi, and I didn't even see him at all tonight.
He's better. I mean, Svi is better than McBride, man.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Jalen Harris is better than Svi. Come on.
No, that dude ain't better than those.
I mean, it's preseason. You just want to be able to see as many people as you can. You know, you just all those minutes they gave them.
Preseason.
Right. You want to see what you got, and
yeah, man.
If you spend all the time on Miles McBride and Quickly, which hasn't really shown anything of promise.
I mean, McBride's he's playing off of Quickly. They letting Quickly be the primary ball handler.
Man,
that worked out
6'1". You better hit some threes, man. Being that size.
He ain't hit no threes, so
he's either Dame Lillard or he's not. You know,
wow.
That's just the way that is with that size, man. I mean, that's just the way the cards are dealt when you're 6'1", 6 foot in the NBA. It really nothing more you can do with it, right? Either you're Dame or you're not.
I just feel like he just he's not as assertive as he should be.
Right.
Considering
he's a big prospect. McBride was a really big prospect too. A lot of people,
and he still is. I mean, because the jury hasn't out on. I mean, jury hasn't come back in on him.
Yep.
He got time for potential. I mean, I'm hoping that he ends up stepping up. But
right,
I mean, I just think he needs to assert himself more offensively.
Yeah. He needs to take the ball out of Quickly's hand because Quickly is a typical DMV player. The DC Metropolitan, they just gun, man. They're just gonna gun. They're just gonna shoot. They're gonna shoot. If you ain't shooting, I'm shooting, because that's how you get noticed. So that's my opinion. And 18 shots tonight. If I was Tibbs, I'd be up his ass, man. I'd be like, damn. That's a lot of shots.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Tibbs might have gave him the green light. That's the thing.
Right. He could have.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Tibbs, I heard Tibbs left before the game even ended. He went to the locker room. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging because my TV's slow, but I heard he went right to the locker room before the game ended or whatever. I guess you could help him his body language. You can chew the team up, probably the youngins. But, I mean, it's preseason. You chewing the youngins up after the terrible season we had last year. I mean,
so
I don't know.
So take a guess without looking at the numbers, everyone. Who had the most assists on New York Knicks tonight?
I'll give that guess just because I didn't even watch the game.
What's up, man?
Draft. What's popping, y'all? Cully, I need to holler at you too. But I'll say Randall.
Yeah. Randall had 5 and iHeart had 5.
Yo, iHeart is sneaky, bro.
I like iHeart, man.
He kicks out, man. He's a big man that kicks out, and that's going to lead to some nice 3-point clutch shots.
Yeah, man. I like what I saw from him. I like that Freezy had the opportunity to have the there was a guy a couple months ago that was like giving like
weeks ago. Wasn't even a couple weeks ago, bro.
Nah, I'm saying there was a dude that was giving like some really super duper in-depth advanced stats.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago. It was like a week or two ago.
We might have been talking about 2 different episodes, but this dude randomly jumped on for the first time, and I heard him for the first time talking to Freezy before Freezy gave him the floor to really go in, and I'm pretty sure they did like a whole show on it. But I was in awe at what was being portrayed about Hartenstein, and ever since that show, I kind of was like, you know what, let me go back and kind of look at some tape and look at some video. I went to watching whole games with Hartenstein, and I'm like, yo, this kid, like, he really has something. It's just clear and evident that he hasn't had the minutes, and he's always been on teams where, other players were already in stature and beating him out by default. So I like what Hartenstein's profile says. Let's just hope that same profile, extends itself on this team, even in a secondary off the bench role. Freezy, what was the name of that guy, man? What was that guy's name that gave that really deep Hartenstein analysis?
EG 14,000.
Yeah, that dude. I like I said, I was enamored by, his intelligence and the way he broke down. Like when he gave that advanced stat about like the PER comparison between Jokic and Hartenstein, and the difference in the players that Jokic had available to him in comparison to who Hartenstein had available to him, and the max amount of minutes that he played with particular players. And I was like, wow, like this dude's, like I said, his Hartenstein's profile it doesn't look like it's off the charts because of the time, but when you really dig it on an advanced level, you realize how good this dude actually has the potential to be. And on this team,
no, no, there is no room on this bandwagon, but you can run behind it.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
No, again, ain't no room on the bandwagon, bro.
Let's be clear, Freezy. I was on that. I was on. Sure, if you want to say I'm running behind the bandwagon, that's fine.
No. I'm inviting others to run behind the bandwagon. Ain't no room on it right now because
I'll say this.
When the invitation was out there, we was getting laughed at.
No. I wasn't. Listen, when that dude
I didn't say you, Evergreen. I didn't say you were laughing.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, after that, like I said, the first time that dude jumped on, and I don't think it was on Knicks at Night. I think it was on the morning drive that the dude jumped on.
No, it was a Knicks at Night podcast.
Was it? Okay.
It was.
Yeah.
But this was a while ago. This was like 2 months ago, like after the trade went through, and when he jumped on, like that following day, I went and I did some video search, and I was like, okay, this has the potential to be something really serious.
Right.
I'm not going to say that I'm jumped in the bandwagon then. I'm just simply saying that the dude's profile looks really, really dope. I'm still on the Cam bandwagon, and I'm gonna stay on the Cam bandwagon this season.
Okay.
Until he's either traded or he pops. Those are the only two options that I see.
Hey, Evergreen, did you see his numbers tonight?
I didn't see anything because I was very busy doing my own basketball scouting and because I'm here running a township league where I'm at.
Okay.
And so I really didn't get a chance to see it. But
let me run through his numbers just real quick, okay? So in 23 minutes, he was 2 for 4, 1 for 3 from 3. He hit both of his free throws. He had 3 offensive rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 5 fouls for 7 points. So in 23 minutes, he had 7, 10, and 5 off the bench without a point guard.
Right.
Wait, who had those? Who had those stats without a point guard?
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Oh, okay.
Isaiah Hartenstein basically had 7, 10, and 5 in 23 minutes without a point guard. Wisdom, how you doing today, sir?
Not as good as you guys are doing, but doing all right.
El Presidente.
Can you run down Cam's stat? Did Cam play today?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, Cam played today. So Cam Reddish in 21 minutes, he was 3 for 10 from the floor, 1 for 6 from 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 1 offensive rebound, 2 defensive rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls for 10 points.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right. So here's the thing that I want to say to Evergreen G, because Evergreen G is one of the smartest people that I know, and not just about sports either. Evergreen G is a analytical thinker, and he processes things really, 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 really fast. Like he processes stuff.
Yeah,
really
sometimes
fast.
apparently too fast. But go ahead.
I'm saying because I've been knowing this dude for like
Shout
5
out to
years.
my man Evergreen, but too fast. Go ahead.
So Evergreen, what I'm gonna say to you is, while those Cam Reddish numbers may sound disappointing, when you watch the game, you saw Cam and Obi look like wing players that were playing without a true point guard.
Okay.
And so what I'm telling you is if that second unit was comprised of Derrick Rose, if it was Derrick Rose, Quentin Grimes, Cam, Obi, and Hartenstein, I think we probably could have scored 150 points tonight.
Damn.
Hey, let me ask a question real quick. Am I the only one that's seeing the Knicks play "It's Your Turn" with the basketball?
On the second unit, yes.
No, sometimes.
Okay. On the second unit,
it's like, it's your turn, it's my turn. It's your turn, it's my turn.
Yeah. On the second unit, definitely.
Did D Rose get any burn on the second unit?
No, he didn't play.
He didn't play today.
Play at all.
Well,
and
then
Grimes didn't
that
play either.
answers your question. That answers the, I mean, obviously that was a very Socratic question, but nonetheless, Derrick Rose isn't there to be that anchor, that guy that's going to control the ball. And going to facilitate the "it's your turn" idea, the way he facilitated it in the
but Evergreen, in this case here though, in this case, not to cut you off, but in this case, the Pacers were like, these guys on the second unit can't shoot. So instead of defending them, like instead of selling out to their 3-point shots, what we're gonna do is protect the paint against Obi, Hartenstein, and Cam. And so you saw a lot of Obi being neutralized because he couldn't get into the paint. That he beat Cam to a rebound and penetrated the paint one time for a thunderous dunk, right? And after that, you didn't see Obi do anything meaningful again after that. Like his dunk, Obi dunk. Now, to Cam Reddish's credit, the ball was headed towards Obi, and Cam left from one side of the floor all the way to the other side to almost beat Obi to an offensive rebound, and Obi him to it and beat his man and took off just inside the free throw line and dunked, right? But after that, the Pacers basically protected the paint and forced the Knicks to jack up threes and long twos, and we wasn't hitting nothing. We couldn't hit anything. And when you look at the box score, it looked like it. Because last year we averaged 86 shots a game, right? 86.2. Tonight we took 97 shots, right? So we took 10 more than our average from last year. We were picking up the pace. We were trying to do something, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think we shot 37% from the floor. Let me check. Yeah, 37.1% from the floor. That's right. My math is right. We were 36 for 97. So we shot 37% from the floor. And a lot of those were long jumpers and long twos and threes. Yeah. Right? And so it puts us in this space where if you want to judge Cam Reddish, you can't just judge Cam and Obi based on the box score. You had to have had seen the game to understand that the Pacers took away the paint for Obi, Cam, and Hartenstein. Matter of fact, the points that Hartenstein scored, I don't even think they were in the paint. I think he hit a 3-pointer. I think he hit a couple of free throws, and I think he hit a floater from right outside the paint. Even Hartenstein didn't score in the paint.
And the Pacers had 22 fast break points.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that was just at the end of the game.
And what the Knicks have, what, 7, 8, something like that? Yeah.
But most of those fast break points was Benedict Mathurin by himself.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
The point
is, and one of those, just real quick, just not to cut y'all. One of the fast break points was Hartenstein grabbing a rebound in traffic and throwing a home run pass to Obi.
Yep.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Yep.
So there's a lot of numbers to. Yeah, I don't look at those numbers. I don't even know why we looking at those. We lost. Yeah, we looking at those for what exactly?
Well, you got to look at the numbers in order to figure out why you're losing.
No, you have to watch the game to figure out why you're losing. Forget the numbers.
You got to do both. Technically, you got to do both. I mean, you can't look at the numbers. It's not baseball. If it's baseball, you don't need to watch the game. You can just literally look. You can look at the math, and the math will tell you. But basketball, the math isn't as true. So, yeah, you got to do both though. But if you're letting up 22 fast break points a night, yeah, man, like that means something. Like that's not good.
I would say get better on defense and stop turning the ball over. Those are only two things you could say. But that's common basketball.
Cully, it wasn't because of that. But it wasn't just because of that, though, Cully. You know what? What it is the Pacers. The Pacers had a game plan. What they did was they made the Knicks shoot long jump shots, which lead to long rebounds, which lead to fast break points.
And Rick Carlisle is not a fast break coach.
So then if they came back at us on fast breaks, we have to set up defense better. We should be back down. I mean, the coach should be yelling, "Get back!" You know what I'm saying? I mean, he probably is, and guys are probably not. I seen Jalen Smith beat guys off the perimeter a few times this game.
That's because the New York Knicks is not a fast team, and they're.
But I seen Jalen Smith beat guys. No, Pacers is a half-court team. But I seen Jalen Smith beat guys off the perimeter a few times, and I seen guys. There was a few times I seen guys looking at each other like, "Wait, how did that happen? What happened?" So it's like the communication is. It's like I don't know if it's there yet or if it's still not there, but it's something to think about. It's something that.
But I don't know. But 109 points is not It's not like they beat us 135 to 114. They beat us 109 to 100.
Yeah, we was up. Funny thing is, we was up one, then we was down one, and then we extended the lead on them by at least 9 or 11, and then we went down again. So it's like we adjusted. It's kind of like we adjusted to them when we went up on them, and then it's like they adjusted, and then they just beat us. So it's like they made the final adjustment. It's like it's almost like as if they was the better team in the end.
And they shot 11 less 3-pointers.
Yeah. And I didn't see them shooting threes like that. How much was we? 3 for 18? How much was we behind 3?
We were 11 for 41.
Yeah.
11, yeah, we shot 40. Okay. And what was they?
9 for 30.
9 for 30.
That's horrible shooting from both teams. So it's
look
like
they're on fast break point difference.
Yeah, it was a fast break. I think points in the paint. I think they had us. I think we had. I can't remember if we had them.
They had you by 12, 54 to 42.
We had them by 12, right? 54 to 42.
No. They had
us. Yes, points in the paint. Yes, they had us by points in the paint. I seen Bataze. Why is Bataze? This is regular season Knicks. Why is Bataze going off?
And you had more points off turnovers. So you led 20 points off turnovers. They had 13. So there is something weird about tonight's game, just the way that they won. It's just weird. It's just a weird.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't go off
what they did.
If you still lose, it's more than analytics. You have to.
What it is they have the Portland Trailblazers put out a blueprint for us, and I know y'all don't want to hear it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If some Knicks fans' feelings get hurt, your feelings just got to get hurt. The Portland Trailblazers put out a blueprint. They know our team can't shoot. So what they do is pressure the ball up the floor, right? And then allow the Knicks to shoot jump shots. And we can't shoot. And what they do is gang rebound and run the floor off of long rebounds. And all it does is lead to fast break points for them. And that's one of the reasons why Tibbs is saying we got to have 48 in the starting lineup, because if we don't have 48 in the lineup to at least make teams respect our offense, teams will run us off the floor.
Well, yeah. I was never against 48 starting. Everyone else was. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like, pointing the finger, but
you know how we could have improved our outside shooting? Do you know? Make that trade.
Oh boy.
What trade are we making though? Who are we trading? And for
I'm talking about the trade we could have had.
Yeah.
Mitchell?
Man, turn that page.
What page? Yeah, I'm gonna say Mitchell improves our 3-point shooting. He improves our scoring.
He improves everything. he fixes the car.
Scoring, which is pretty in the modern NBA. Pace is big, and so is scoring. So he improves that. Yeah.
I mean,
I mess with you guys. I didn't want to bring. I didn't know.
Yeah. But right now, based on what we've seen in the preseason, the Knicks are averaging 10 more shots a game.
Yep.
And that's Jalen Brunson more than likely. Because now you got a point guard that's going to create his own shot.
Yeah.
You don't got to rely on somebody else creating it.
Yeah, I mean, you got a point guard that could. Well, I'm looking at the Lakers and anybody looking at the Lakers and Minnesota game while talking. Yeah, I'm looking at that now. It's kind of
Russell Westbrook is crazy, bro.
Yeah, I put that link in the private.
No,
he's
crazy,
hilarious, bro.
I'm looking at Garza. I don't know if I'm happy for Garza or what, but it's just funny seeing him on the.
Russell Westbrook is a New York Knick, and he's not. He should be a New York Knick. If the New York Knicks had a personality, it's Russell Westbrook.
It's Russell Westbrook, bro.
The attitude and everything is
everything, bro. Why the hell is he not a New York Knick? He would be. He has the big enough ego to be a New York Knick. He can talk trash with the best of them, and
the yelling. Wait,
everything about him.
I didn't know the Lakers were 1-3 in the preseason. Oh my god. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
He is an East Coast player that's been trapped on the West Coast his entire career.
The swag.
He's an East Coast attitude. He's a
West Coast guy that's been trapped in the West his whole career.
Yeah,
his personality. He's just
his personality. Yes.
Yes.
He
should be in
absolutely.
Philly or New York. Like when he was in DC, the city loved him in DC because it was just a flair.
Yeah, and they made it to the play-in. That's the funny thing. Nobody remembers because they got lost. Nobody remembers you when you lose. But
Russell Westbrook had almost an MVP year in DC. Like it was
they got it together and they started winning and they made the play. That's the funny thing. They got it together mid-season. That's why I never slept on Westbrook because I always said this guy could probably kick it up. He could probably turn it up mid-season. And he did, him and Bradley Beal, and they went.
Hey, I just want to clarify something. There's only been 1 year in Russell Westbrook's career that he hasn't made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Last year.
And that just so happens to be with
the Lakers,
the greatest player in NBA history.
Was that the only year that LeBron didn't make it too? Or the second? That was the second year LeBron didn't make it.
His third year.
Third year. Yeah. He didn't play his first 2 years in Cleveland, right?
My apologies. Peace to the panel.
Hey, what's good, Melo? How you doing, bro?
Salute. Yeah, you don't even think about those years.
I'm doing all right. Just a little unemployed at the moment, but I'm gonna make it through.
Oh, God dog it.
You'll make it through, brother. You will.
I got about 200
Hey,
million
Drake,
reasons.
can you put the link to the Discord in the chat?
Okay, yeah, I got you. An invite link to the Discord.
Yeah. Hey, so I'm gonna invite everybody to our Discord channel where we, we're trying to spark up the conversation, keep the conversation going after hours and all that stuff so that, we could, have a more round and robust conversation, with stats and things that support. So
my bad. No, my bad, Freezy. My fault. My fault. I'm watching this Lakers game, and it's funny because last year, because I have my cable is set up a certain way. I have the Lakers games on a certain channel. I forgot what channel, but I used to watch their games at this time. It's 12 a.m. on East Coast, right? I used to watch their games at this time, and it's like majority. Like I would have fun watching their games because I love basketball. But I would watch their games, and it's like at the end of the games, they would always lose. Like it's like they only beat one team on the late night game, and that was the Hornets early last season. And that game went to overtime. They had the game, and they almost let it slip away. And they barely won it in overtime.
Nah, they beat us, Cully. Remember, they beat us on a Friday night.
No, that was in February. No, but I'm talking about early last year. Like you talking about
earlier? Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying I remember watching them. Look at guards are killing. I remember them early last year, like at least before the New Year's. I'm talking about before the New Year's. You didn't know what they was gonna do like before January. So it's like they was winning and losing, and it's like they was neck and neck with teams, and it's like all that talent on paper, they couldn't get nothing right. But I will say that when they would put Westbrook in the games, they would start losing. It just did not work. He would just turn the ball over, or he would dribble too much and pass at the wrong time. It was just everything was wrong. I mean, it's not important, but I don't know. It's just funny. Like
it's just a matter of Westbrook being a guard, a guard LeBron.
Nah, I know. It's just
I'm
funny how.
Yeah, he has to have the ball, and he has to only kick out to shooters.
Yeah. What Westbrook plays.
That's a little disrespectful to LeBron's IQ, though.
No. I'm not. What I'm saying.
That's funny. You know what's funny? Not
LeBron,
that you all ever agreed.
Yeah.
Someone said I have a friend that was a Kobe fan and a Lakers fan. What you just said, he told me the same thing that homie just said to you. He said I was a bit because my friends asked me, "What do you think is wrong with the Lakers?" I said it was a bad fit. So my friend had the nerve to tell me. He said that's a little bit biased, don't you think? I'm like, bias? What do you mean bias? It's a bad fit. The whole world could. Stevie Wonder could see that. It's a bad fit. What do you mean I'm biased? I'm not hating on the Lakers. I don't care. I don't give a damn.
Well, let me ask you this: is Jalen Brunson a bad fit?
Oh,
negative.
Was he a bad fit? Was he a bad fit on Dallas?
He wasn't.
Is he a bad fit on the Knicks right now?
Bad fit on Dallas.
No.
And the reason I say that if you're dealing with like I guess point guard comparisons of Brunson and
Brunson's not Westbrook. A point guard. I think everyone needs to accept that fact and stop expecting that from him. He's a scoring guard. Brunson is a scoring guard. He is not a traditional point guard.
Well,
who is nowadays?
Let's deal with this tradition.
Russell Westbrook,
right? Because
DeJounte Murray, Trae Young.
There has
no.
Hey, hold on. Let's do it a little bit at a time. So I asked the question: is is Jalen Brunson a bad fit for the Knicks? And so what I'm gonna say is about 5 out of the 7 people here say Brunson is not a bad fit, right? But what I'm gonna ask y'all is this: tonight, you see what happens when Jalen Brunson's game is off, when his shot is off. When his shot is off, Jalen Brunson can do other stuff, right? Unlike Kemba, right?
Yeah.
So tonight, Jalen Brunson's shot was off, right? But guess what Jalen Brunson did tonight when his shot was off? He rebounded the basketball.
Grabbed 7 of them.
He will do that.
8 of them.
Yep.
Oh, my bad.
He rebounded the basketball, right? And that is very impressive for a 6-foot guard. Like if his shot is off, his shot's not going. Can he do other things? Last year, when Kemba's shot was off, we had to take him out of the game and go to a plan B.
And lose the rest of the season.
And even when his shot was on, he was such a negative at every other thing.
Nah, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
We dropped 40 and we lost.
We was 4-1. Stop the BS. We was 4-1.
Nah, Cully, what I'm saying is when Kemba Walker's shot was off, could Kemba Walker get you 12 or 13 rebounds?
No.
Or could Kemba Walker lock up defensively the other team's point guard?
Size limitations. Jalen Brunson has the same thing. Yeah. We're going to see that in the regular season. I'm not knocking Jalen Brunson, but you're going to see that when the season goes on. When he has to guard a healthy Malcolm Brogdon and guys that's point guards taller than him, you're going to see that. So I don't want to take that away from JB. But yes, the rebounds is definitely a big plus, but let's not knock Kemba Walker, man. Don't forget, the game that he played, we was at least competitive. We was 4-1 or 4-0 before the season got out of hand. When we took him out, we got trash.
Kemba Walker legit threw away that Boston Celtics game, first game of the season.
Yes, he did.
Well, we don't remember it because we won. So
one more thing,
he had a hard time
stuff,
wrestling.
If y'all remember the bad stuff, cool. What about the Christmas game against the Hawks?
Cully.
No, I know Cully nothing. What about the Christmas game against the Hawks?
Can I rebuttal?
But y'all be saying not. Go ahead.
Part of what made Kemba is that he had the first step to break down the defense and then play make off of that. He didn't have the first step, so if he didn't have the jumper, he wasn't creating for other people.
What about What about that Hornets game? We was up by like 20 something, and then we just all of a sudden we lost it.
Because you talking about the Friday night, Cully? I was at that game.
And what happened? Whose fault was it? So you mean to tell me that's Kemba's fault?
Don't try to sell me on that BS. Kemba got taken out the game and we lost. I was at that game.
But come on, don't bring up Kemba like that.
I was sitting right next to no
there was games.
Me and Stafford was sitting right next to Muggsy Bogues.
But nobody wants to talk about Christmas when the Garden chanted this man's name. Nobody wants to talk about that. But was nobody happy on Christmas?
And you know what? And I'm with you. You are absolutely right. The Garden does chant people's name.
No, right? but I'm saying when Alec Burks started, nobody brings up Alec Burks. But
I was at the Garden. I was at the Garden when Henry Ellenson scored 8 points in the fourth quarter, and they was chanting his name, King Henry.
Listen, hold on.
White chocolate? Talking about white chocolate?
The dude scored 12 freaking points in the Garden, 8 in the fourth quarter, and the Garden was chanting his name.
Listen, hold on.
I was, you know what? I was getting ready to go to the game.
Facts, JJ.
I was getting ready to go to. Y'all remember when they called Mario Hezonja the LeBron stopper?
Man, only some people call him. Not all of us, man. Come on.
Listen. I just want to say this before this conversation gets any out of hand. Soundview's got to speak up. All right. We had a winning record before Kemba was benched.
Thank you, Evergreen.
All right. So let's not sit here and act like balls didn't get passed and shots didn't go up from Walker's end. All right. The fact that he is on the floor shows that there is a contribution of sorts. Period.
Thank you.
That man sat on the bench. Yes. Was our defensive rating lower? Absolutely, it was.
Yes.
But did we have a winning record? Yes, we did with Kemba Walker.
What was the sample size, though? What was the sample size?
It's 5 games, 6 games.
Is that enough?
6 games.
We play 82.
6 games enough?
Tibbs didn't allow it to be enough. He took him out. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sample
man.
size for everybody, man.
He said the
didn't
fact
allow it
he
to
was
be
on the
enough.
court.
I'll
The
tell you
fact
the
he
Alec
doesn't
Burks
have
sample size. You want to know the Alec Burks sample size? You don't want to talk about that, do you?
Alec Burks sample size was 96
Come on,
games.
that was 60 games and more, 70 games.
Yeah.
That's the net.
I don't agree with that either, Cully. I'm with you. I don't agree with that either.
I don't agree with
Okay.
both of them.
So don't give me numbers. Don't give me numbers. Only numbers I know is winning and
both
losing
things
games.
can be true. Both
Man,
things
Garza is
can
nice,
be
by the
true.
way. Garza is nice.
If all you're going to talk about is wins and losses, bro, then this is going to be easy season, man. Because what happens if there's more losses than wins?
Yeah.
What do you do then, Cully?
And we
What's the
and
conversation?
yo, in that Friday night game that Cully talking about in Charlotte, the Charlotte fans were rooting for RJ Barrett. They were not rooting for Kemba Walker. And in that same game, we saw Gordon Hayward blow by Kemba Walker. I almost threw my hat. I could have threw my hat to Concord, North Carolina. I saw Gordon Hayward.
Shout out Allah Wise. Allah Wise is funny as hell. My fault. Go ahead.
Gordon Hayward.
And Gordon Hayward was when he was healthy, he was a heck of a player.
Wait, Freezy,
Yeah,
was that the
telling
game? Was that the
himself
game
now.
where Miles Bridges?
Yeah.
Forget Miles Bridges, but him and Obi was exchanging dunks.
Yeah.
Yes, that game. Yes, we was up that game. That was Kemba's. What was it? Revenge game, and we was up.
Yeah,
and what happened?
it wasn't, bro. Cully, that's not the same game.
That wasn't the game.
That game that you're talking about, the game that Freezy's talking about. Yes, Obi and
that was in Charlotte though.
Those games, but
that was a Friday night. That was a Friday
Kemba
night
blew that game. There was like 3 back-to-back turnovers.
But Kemba also had them winning though. He was going off in the first half.
Yeah, but again, this is
Yo, Kemba Walker, man. Come on, bro. Let's move
All right,
on.
no, okay. My fault, Evergreen. My fault.
He's on his.
The main thing is
the main
years. No. Okay, the main thing is we shouldn't be talking about this. This is old. But what I'm saying is, people don't sit here and be critical of Kemba when the analytics. Everybody loves analytics. Analytics show we was up before he got benched. We was winning games. That's all I want to say.
Right,
the season's out the way.
My point. So
that's it. Y'all can go on with y'all points. I'm sorry. Y'all can go on with y'all.
Bring that into perspective.
I love analytics so much. Go ahead.
Right, because this all came full circle when the question was asked about, is Jalen Brunson a good fit? Jalen Brunson, from what we see on paper and what we need on paper, is a good fit. And again, it's just to what Freezy was saying. He has the ability to do other things. Granted, we're still working with this sample size, but we can look at a mirrored sample size and what he was given from Dallas and to see the skill set all season. I want to say he started like 45 games with
But he always started basically with another all-star player.
That's not true.
Really, it's not
true. No.
Okay.
Wait, Shelly, who's the all-star player?
KP was an all-star.
Wait, so what about Randall? Wasn't Randall?
KP was already gone last year.
No,
KP
no.
was-
Hold on. Let me just back up for a second. If we're going to talk about the games that Jalen Brunson played without Luka, then he did play games with KP, and then when Luka was hurt, he played with Spencer. And Spencer Dinwiddie is not a joke. He's not a joke. And if you think
is Spencer Dinwiddie better than RJ Barrett?
Spencer Dinwiddie is
Yes or
better
no?
than I would say Spencer is better than RJ. Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
Kobe Bryant
that
thought
was
so
it
too.
for me. Hey, Cully,
Look at the
shoot me a text message, Cully. I gotta go.
Hold on.
You want to have the conversation? You just want to mock? I mean, you can mock it. You can do what you want with it. But Spencer Dinwiddie is not a joke.
Selly. Last year, Jalen Brunson in 17 games without Luka Doncic,
and who did he play
averaged 20 points,
Who did he play
7.5
with?
assists,
Who did he play
3.9.
with?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter, bro, because nobody on the Knicks is as good as Spencer and or KP, bro. No one.
Wait. Hold on.
KP wasn't on that team.
No. We're not doing that.
He didn't
We're not
play
doing that.
17 games.
We
without
already
Luka,
won the
without
KP
Spencer.
trade. We already won the KP trade, and Julius Randle was better than KP.
Julius
Don't do
Randle is
that.
not better than healthy KP. Julius Randle is not better than healthy KP.
So now we're adding. So you see what we just happened?
But
How
the
do
thing
you
is,
say
What just
that?
happened? Do you see what
But
just happened,
the thing
people?
is
What we
not
did
just
was
that.
we
It's not
did a
just Julius
goal
Randle
post
and
move.
KP. Is Julius Randle plus what you got in that trade, is that better than KP? Like, is Julius Randle plus that 2021 first round pick and that 2023 first round pick, Dennis Smith Jr., who you used to flip for Derrick Rose. So it's the accumulation of all the stuff you got in that KP deal, not just Julius Randle, right? Like think about it. Is
I'm
Derrick
saying
Rose
I'm
and
freezing.
Randle?
I'm saying KP on Julius Randle right now. I'm taking Julius Randle.
Why would you do that? Why would you take Julius Randle over a 7'2" sharpshooting? Why? What can Julius Randle do that KP can't?
Because Kristaps Porzingis has not been healthy.
See, man, that's not the
left.
conversation. Is his health? We keep talking about KP's health. The question I have is this:
You brought up healthy KP, bro.
You going sideways with this?
Bro, you brought up a healthy KP. You said that, not me.
Keyword, and then you brought up an unhealthy KP. You brought up the unhealthy KP.
All right, bro.
Evergreen, 1 second. All right, peace.
Evergreen, I'm gonna text you.
All right.
I don't know how that turned into that. My question was this, real simple. The games that Jalen Brunson played without Luka Doncic, who was his teammates? That's it.
I don't necessarily remember, but I know he played good regardless. That's all I know.
All I know is he dropped 40 in the playoffs without KP.
But he had Spencer, bro.
Garza is balling. Luka Garza.
Oh my God, bro.
Spencer had 26. Maxi Kleber had 28. Don't sit here and okay, man. Do you really think there's someone in? Do you think Spencer Dinwiddie? Do you think Jalen Brunson?
God.
Do you think Jalen Brunson is better than Spencer Dinwiddie?
Yes, he's better than Spencer Dinwiddie.
You can argue that.
I don't think so.
Not even
he's
close,
actually. I think Spencer Dinwiddie might be an all-star this year.
He would have started over Jalen Brunson last year.
Why would he start over Jalen Brunson when he was the new guy on the team?
Yeah, and he had Luka.
And you're not taking Jason Kidd's not going to disrupt a 5-year chemistry for one guy. Spencer Dinwiddie is elite. I mean, elite at getting through the free throw line. You're talking 99.9% percentile of getting to the free throw line. Like one of the most elite guards in the NBA history of driving and getting to the free throw line.
Okay.
Spencer Dinwiddie is not a joke. And what I'm just trying to say is
for the Wizards, then?
This is what I'm trying to say. The Wizards has a lot of problems.
Okay.
Yeah, the Wizards were rebuilding, bro. You know the Wizards trying.
Spencer Dinwiddie is better than Evan Fournier, Dre, right?
Of course.
Okay, so when you're sharing a backcourt with two primary ball handlers, do you think TJ McConnell is going to be able to pick up Jalen Brunson the whole court? TJ McConnell was killing Brunson in the first quarter. It wasn't even funny. We're talking about first quarter TJ McConnell, a bench point guard. What's going to happen when Kawhi meets him all court? What's going to happen when PG? You need that second ball handler in the NBA. The Golden State Warriors got it. All the teams that are elite have two ball handlers on the court at the same time. The Knicks don't. You need another ball handler.
Right.
Or JB is going to get locked down.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Right. And so that's the reason why you see Cleveland make the deal for Spider Mitchell.
Right.
So that they could pair him with Darius Garland. And it's also one of the reasons why even though I like Evan Fournier, right? I like Evan Fournier. But you saw tonight, without Derrick Rose, what our offense can look like once you take Jalen Brunson off the floor. Once you take Jalen Brunson out of the game, you see what our offense is going to look like.
And that's all they're going to do. All they're going to do is trap him right at half court and make him pass the ball, and he's going to turn it over because he's short.
And make our backup guards shoot 25-foot 3-pointers, grab those long rebounds, and fast break the other way. That's the blueprint for us. How do you beat the Knicks? If me and Cully took over San Antonio Spurs, and we played the Knicks Friday night, the blueprint me and Cully would roll out for a whole bunch of no-name dudes is make them shoot threes and grab the long rebounds and run the other way in transition.
Yep.
Memphis did it to us last year. I think it was me, Cully, Subliminal 209, and somebody else was watching the Memphis game. We had the lead on Memphis, and then Memphis said instead of closing out hard on 3-pointers, let the Knicks shoot the 3. And when they did that, they got out and ran us out the gym. Right? It's the reason why Tibbs is constantly saying we got to have shooting on the floor. Because this team can't win without it. This team
nailed it.
This team can't win with this team, man. And I'm not knocking the roster, and I'm not knocking our kids, right? And I'm not saying, I prefer one player over the other. What I'm saying is our system doesn't work when we don't have 3-point shooting. You saw it tonight. And we barely scored 100 points.
Yeah.
Right. We took 96 shots. No, I'm sorry, 97 shots. We were 11 for 41 from 3, right? We barely scored 100 points. Think about that. We took 97 shots, and I bet you free throws was in the 20s too.
Oh man.
Yeah, and we took 97. Okay, so we took 97 field goals and 22 free throws and barely scored 100 points.
Wow.
If that don't jar you, if that don't make you think like, oh my God, we got to get some more shooting. If that don't make you nervous, then you're not a reasonable NBA fan.
So, hey, Freeze, let me ask you a question. Would Tim Hardaway Jr. look good coming off the New York Knicks bench right now?
I think he'll start for us.
Right. He's coming off the bench. He's coming off the bench for Dallas.
He would start for us.
Would Spencer Dinwiddie start for the New York Knicks?
He would start for us probably.
Spencer Dinwiddie would start for us, yes.
Spencer Dinwiddie and Tim Hardaway Jr. coming off the bench. That's who you're going against, man.
No, but Tim Hardaway played for us twice, though.
Yeah, he did.
Coley, that's the point I'm trying to make is that type of player is coming off the benches for other NBA teams.
Okay.
That's all. I wasn't trying to compare them, but Spencer Dinwiddie coming in against quickly as the second unit with Tim Hardaway Jr. and Bertans in the corner, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And that's coming. That's coming this year. Many teams are set up for that. So when you look at the Knicks, Jalen Brunson is the first piece to the next piece. That's all this is. And you need another player.
We have to get another primary ball handler.
Yes. Very important.
We absolutely have to have it.
The Mavericks signed Facu Campazzo today.
Who did?
So
yeah, the Mavericks got Campazzo.
So wouldn't that have been great for the Knicks to get Campazzo?
No.
Why not? Just a guy to run 10 minutes? 12
Bro,
minutes?
he's a point guard. We got Archidiano was just like Campazzo. Come on.
Well, okay.
Campazzo is much more of a point guard than Archidiakono.
Campazzo could
but they're both scrappy. Come on, like we got that type of point guard already. We got like 4 of them already.
But is he better? Is he a better point guard than Quickly?
Yes.
Who, Campazzo?
At being a point guard, absolutely.
We already got a point guard that's
you
better
need
than
another
Quickly that
ball
comes
handler.
off.
You need another ball handler.
Yeah, but we got Rose. Rose is better than Quickly. He's the second off the bench.
I don't necessarily think Rose should be coming off the bench.
So who should be coming off the bench?
What, are you trying to start Rose at the 2? Like
I would run Jalen Brunson. This is why I say the New York Knicks need to get off this kick with JB being the point guard. Everybody has crowned this dude like the Knicks is his team. New York Knicks is not Jalen Brunson's team.
Whose team is it?
That's yet to be decided.
It's RJ's team.
It should be RJ Barrett's team.
Yeah.
Well, it should be. Yes, we'll see. Hopefully, it could be Barrett's team.
Yeah,
it's
RJ's team. And
I want to see Jalen Brunson go back to the role he was in Dallas and not put him in the position of constantly having the ball in his hands because he didn't have that in Dallas, man.
Well, you're not going to pay a 6-man $100 million. So
No, but he wouldn't be a 6-man though.
Right.
What I would suggest, like my thing is at the if you're absolutely going to force RJ to play the 3, if Tibbs is making RJ play the 3, I would prefer that the other wing player be more of a combo-ish type guard and not a combo wing. And Fournier is a combo wing. He's not a combo guard.
Like a Derek White, right? Freezy, like Derek White.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fournier is more of a 2/3.
That can't guard twos or threes. Yeah. I feel you. Bro.
Yeah, Fournier is more of a 2/3. He's not a 1/2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with Burks. Burks is a 2/3. He wasn't a 1/2.
And we keep trying to make them do 1/2 stuff, and it doesn't.
You're making them play out of position.
They got that kid. They got that kid in Detroit, Killian Hayes. Hayes would be
trash.
That would be what. That was what.
Yeah, trash.
Oh, what's that?
Trash. He's garbage.
Go ahead, Sully. Go ahead.
I'm not saying that. Listen, if we're gonna call other people trash, right?
No,
we're gonna call what you got
trash. We're just saying.
He dropped 21 the other night. I mean, he dropped 21.
I'm just saying he's like.
We're just saying he's trash, but you can still get to your point. I'm sorry.
That's fair. I mean, I'm just trying to say is there is talent in the NBA.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes.
The Knicks can either trade for and or sign that can either be a young developmental piece and or get a vet. And who's the vet out there that's going to take that role?
Which role? Which position?
The second ball handler or the 3 that can create his own shot.
Somebody mentioned Josh Richardson. I know Josh Richardson, and I heard it was rumors.
Okay.
I had mentioned I like Lance better than Josh Richardson.
Lance
is ball handle, but I mean a lot of people might not want him. But I'm just saying I wouldn't mind Lance because Lance is kind of like he has that dog in him. He has some energy to him. He'll guard the perimeter player.
You know what I would do, Colin? I would trade one of these kids for TJ McConnell.
Yes.
No.
Oh yeah.
No. You're going backwards. See, y'all going backwards and y'all okay.
He wasn't going backwards from Philly. He had a nice little run in Philly with JJ Redick.
That's good for Philly. Philly was in the playoffs for how many years straight?
But Colin, what I'm saying is I'm not taking TJ McConnell and giving him starters minutes.
No, okay. So if you're not giving him starter minutes, is he coming off the bench behind who? How many minutes is he getting if you're going to trade for him? He has to play.
He's going to be that guy. He's going to be that guy that facilitates for Cam Reddish, Obi, and Isaiah Hartenstein.
So you're trading D Rose for TJ McConnell?
No, I'm playing him with Derrick Rose.
So you're trading IQ for TJ McConnell
or Miles McBride. I wouldn't trade IQ.
McBride. Okay.
Yeah.
Or Sims. I don't really.
But you have TJ McConnell is a guy that gets. I mean, he's a good player. We would like him on our team, but we have guys like it. We have. Is Archie Diano not like TJ McConnell? Just
TJ McConnell is a much better defender.
Archie Diacono is really an undersized 2.
Yeah,
but really Archie Diacono he doesn't defend well. No.
And Archie, to be honest with you, Archie, to be honest with you, is a practice player.
So what about McBride doesn't defend better than McConnell either?
No, McConnell is like the steals leader of the NBA.
Oh my god,
Like look that up. Look up how many steals that dude averages a game, bro. Like it's insane.
My God, we would trade McConnell at best just to get nowhere. That's what I'm.
No. But
that's my thing.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
But the thing about McConnell is you don't look at him as him becoming an all-star.
No, you don't. Go ahead, Freezy.
What you look at is how he helps improve Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin.
Yeah, but you already have.
You're just gonna let your young guys rot on the vine because they don't have a point guard.
No, but Freezy, you already have. Not to cut you off, Freezy. You already have Derrick Rose for Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin. Right. All TJ McConnell does is play defense, probably get under guys' skin, and that's it. But you have other guys that can do that. I mean, you just have to let them play. McBride can do that, minus all the yelling and the antics.
Right, but
McBride can do the same thing McConnell does.
If that is the case, right? If that is your case,
right?
How come it hadn't worked yet?
Yeah.
Because look at the coaches in charge.
Because Derrick Rose has been here.
Derrick Rose has been in the league for almost 20. How many years? When Derrick Rose get drafted?
I'm talking about with Cam and Obi.
Okay.
Those guys have played together. Well, no,
he didn't play a full season with Cam.
I take that back. Cam and Derrick Rose did not play together.
But look at Obi now. But look at Obi though.
Right.
Is Obi not bowling now in his career? He's getting better every year. People may not saying you, Freezy. People may not like Obi. They may say, Obi's getting better every year. What is this? His 3rd year or 4th? Third, right?
3rd year.
Oh, and Obi's not showing improvement?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not even about Derrick Rose. It's on Obi for the work ethic, but Obi's getting better. He's getting there. So it's not even about McConnell at this point. Rose is enough. McConnell, all he'd be doing is doing the same thing that a younger guy can do. It's just,
but Obi's going to peak any minute, man. You know,
he's going to peak any minute. He's going to blow. He's going to pop any second.
He's going to blow up. He's going to peak, and then he's going to be a role player.
Yeah. So what are you telling me about this guy McConnell?
So who are you putting him with? Who are you putting him with?
Listen, Freezy, you watched the Knicks in the '90s, right?
Right.
Would Anthony Mason not have knocked McConnell on his ass by now?
Yeah.
Pardon my language.
But not just Anthony Mason, bro. All the power forwards of that era
Oakley,
like that.
Oakley would have went upside his head by now, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And you know what? You know what McConnell would have did?
What's that?
McConnell would have went to the free throw line and knocked down his free throw.
Yeah. No, okay, Freeze. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
MMA, Collie.
Yeah. I'll give you that, Freeze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Not that y'all bringing up other people. What about Dante DiVincenzo?
That was a great pickup for the Warriors.
Yeah, that was a great pickup by them. They have
but Dante DiVincenzo is one of the team. Why he's not even the name to be mentioned though? Why are we bringing him up? He's happy where he's at.
The Knicks
you think he would have picked the Knicks over the Warriors?
No.
Exactly. Why are we bringing him up? You think he was
for the record, guess what he did? He was traded by the Bucks to Sacramento. Right?
Yeah.
He left the NBA champs and went to Sacramento. That was a grease fire. Sacramento cut his minutes to try to squash his value in the open market. And you know what he did? He was like, I'm going to bet on myself with the Warriors. I'm not re-signing here long term because Sacramento was a mess.
If I was not mistaken, he was hurt a lot last year as well.
And he was before, remember? And
he was. Yes, he was. He can shoot and defend. He's a good. But
there's two guys.
But he's not a facilitator though. He's if he was 2 inches taller, he'd be a small forward.
What is he? 6'4"?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
he's about there.
And they got Moses Moody.
So he guards 1s and 2s. Yes.
And they got Moses Moody.
DiVincenzo. And Andrew Wiggins,
Jordan Poole,
Iguodala, and they have another
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole, that's the other guy.
Jordan Poole.
So that's all they need. What about Terrence Davis for the Kings? So you got Terrence Davis, you got Ross for the Magic. So you got Davis. Davis would be a nice pickup for the Knicks.
Terrence Davis?
Yeah, for Kings.
He used to play in the Raptors, right?
Yeah.
And they let him go.
He's balling down there. He does well in Sacramento.
I want game changes, man, not carbon copies. I mean, it's all good though.
I mean, would you take Norman Powell?
I would have took Norman Powell and Julius's most improved year when we were trying to compete.
Right.
You know, I would have took him then. This is a Tibbs guy. I would have took him.
Right.
Why didn't
you take Josh Hart, right?
So what?
You take Josh Hart, right?
No.
I like Josh Hart.
You know what would have been perfect? Colin, you know what would have been perfect for us? A perfect backcourt for us to go with RJ. CJ McCollum.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
you could.
I'm saying Jalen Brunson and CJ McCollum together.
Year before, last year and the year before, at the deadline, why we didn't make moves for? McCollum would have been solid. And you see, look, the Pelicans might be good this year. We'll see. But look, Norman Powell, Robert Covington. I don't know, certain guys.
What about trying to get Fred VanVleet?
Aaron Gordon. I always liked Aaron Gordon. Everybody looked at me like I was weird. He's on a good team and he's contributing. I mean, hey, don't be critical of him when he's winning. But
why don't you go to Toronto? Cully, go to Toronto when they start to lose.
Gary Trent.
No.
You said go to Toronto?
Go to Toronto and go get VanVleet.
Toronto not gonna be losing like that.
Oh, they're not anywhere near
Scotty Barnes will arrive.
They're gonna blow.
I wanted Scotty Barnes, but
Scotty Barnes
I wanted
Van
Fleet when he was a free agent. Why we couldn't even try to get him?
Because he didn't want to come here.
He did not want to come here.
Oh, so I can get that. But Norman Powell, we didn't trade for him. So the guys we could have traded for, why didn't we? Why didn't we try? We didn't even. It's like we didn't even.
I was saying that like a month ago. I was like, why are the Knicks not even in the room? It's
I'm
like
not mad
if
free agents don't want to come. Yeah, free agents don't come here. That's one thing, but. Making a trade, you can't negotiate. You have all this time to negotiate, and you can't get a trade done.
Right.
Come on, man.
I agree with you 100%, man. You're
let me say this real quick, y'all. Let me just give me these few seconds. Hey, so if you're watching us for the first time, welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. I'm your main man, Uncle Freezy, #1 Chief Rocker in Knicks Universe. I'm joined by You know what I'm saying? The neighborhood crew, Dre, Wiz, the Cully Goat, Selly, and Mr. Lee. You know, we generally rock this spot at night. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Join us on Patreon. We got a Patreon thing going on. Just search Blorange Tears and join us on our Discord. I think Dre dropped the Discord in the chat. So just click on that link, man, and join that conversation that we got going in there, and also welcome. So right now we're talking about how the Knicks can improve the roster with adding another playmaker in the backcourt. We just going through options. We just went through a tough preseason loss, which in the grand scheme of things means nothing. But to passionate NBA fans, Knicks fans, basketball is everything. Basketball is life. So again, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Go ahead, Cully. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good, brother. It's your world, man. It's your world. We just live in it, man. Go ahead.
My fault,
Go
Cully.
ahead,
Dre.
It's something for the chat. You gotta give me a moderator, so like when I drop a link, they can actually click on it. Because when I dropped it, it just came up plain. So
My bad.
But it might come up plain to you, Dre, but it might still be clickable to the chat. But still, you know. But go ahead,
Dre, I didn't know that. Just say something in the chat.
I do that too. I dropped the link in there too. So yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It might come up clickable for the chat though, but you know.
I didn't know. I was just.
Oh, there you go. I got you.
It might. Yeah, my fault. I was just.
All right, so you good.
What was the last thing we were saying?
We were talking about adding playmakers in the backcourt with Jalen Brunson.
Wait, what was he saying? I'm sorry, Freddie. We talking about adding talent with Jalen Brunson or adding players?
No, adding a playmaker in the backcourt with Jalen Brunson.
In the backcourt.
So
is RJ not a good passer? Playmaker?
What's one playmaker or a knockdown 3-point shooter?
Both. Guys have versatility. RJ got versatility. He's not a good playmaker. No, okay, not playmaker. I'm sorry.
He's not a consistent one, but he has it in. He shows flashes of it, but we've never given him the role to consistently do it.
Yeah.
Right.
We always just run that same pistol action over and over, so you can get that little lob off.
Yeah.
But he has certain instincts where, like, when we get into a zone, like when teams try to zone us, he'll go to the open spot and then make the correct read out of that zone. But outside of that, it's not really something that happens too often.
Right.
I think, like, because he has the IQ, but the IQ doesn't always match up to his actual skill level at the current moment. But
give you an example. RJ Barrett is not a perimeter playmaker.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett is more of a drive and dish type playmaker.
Yeah.
Right.
If that makes basketball sense in people's minds.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Because he's so used to having help come over. He knows how to hit the guy that's helping or hit the guy in the corner.
Yeah, he's a very good passer once he gets to the rim. He's a good passer right there. Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah. Hey, Wes, you look like you want to say something about Saquon Barkley. We just want to keep it Knicks related. Hey, you muted, bro.
You muted,
Wiz. You muted, Wiz. Wiz, you muted.
I don't think he can hear us.
No, he a Marine, bro. He a Marine. He doing just fine.
Military time, Wiz.
There he goes. He's fixing it.
Oh boy.
He was in California. He just got a lot of lights on.
I think he got lights on.
And this is what happens when you give a Marine technology.
Exactly.
Wiz, what's good? We didn't hear anything that you said, Wiz.
Oh no. My wife's friend flying to New York tonight. I was gonna help her out. Sorry about that.
Yeah, man. So I don't want to make an indictment on the Knicks roster and everything overall on this one preseason game that looked bad. But what I will say though is that one of the things that we did see might be a concern for us going forward, and it may need to be addressed. And quite frankly, I think the front office understands that, and it's the reason why they tried to trade the whole kit and caboodle for Jaden Ivey and tried to trade the whole kit and caboodle for Donovan Mitchell. And they were in on the Zach LaVine free agency. You know what I'm saying? I think they understand that. So, but basically what we have to do is play the hand that we're dealt right now. Like we can't, cry over spilled milk, so to speak. We just have to rock with what we got and hope somebody on the roster steps up.
We're trying to like do this playmaker by committee thing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So you're saying we have to hope for somebody steps up, Freezy?
Yeah, I think what we really need is for Derrick Rose to step up and stay healthy.
Another thing, Freezy, I think the reason why they had Grimes assume a ton of playmaking responsibility in the summer league is to see if we have a secondary or a third playmaker.
That would make sense.
In a possible starting lineup, because they threw him out there to basically be point guard in the G League. I mean, in the summer league.
In summer league, yeah.
So like they're trying to unlock the part of his game that was kind of dormant because he was a point guard in high school. Like he was like a top prospect as a 1/2.
Yeah, and so for those that don't know the Quentin Grimes story, I followed it since high school. This guy, Quentin Grimes, was supposed to be the right-handed D'Angelo Russell. Right? If you can imagine that. Like imagine what D'Angelo Russell is today, and then imagine the right-handed bizarro version of that. The right-handed D'Lo, right? That's what he was supposed to be. But at the next level, Grimes wasn't quick or shifty enough.
Exactly.
Right? So he couldn't get to his spots like he did in high school. He couldn't bully. Like say, for instance, cats like Malcolm Brogdon, you know what I'm saying, that have that same physical profile, like big, muscular guard that could, lead guard or whatever. Malcolm Brogdon can get to certain spots on the floor, even though Malcolm Brogdon is a I'm trying to think of a quarterback that I could compare him to.
Ryan Tannehill.
Warren Moon.
Byron Leftwich.
No. Oh, I got one. David Garrard. Remember David Garrard?
Oh, yeah.
He's a Chad Pennington type of.
Chad Pennington works for perfect.
Yeah, like a Chad Pennington.
Always hurt.
Yeah. Oh, geez. I wasn't gonna. What I'm saying is with
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, one half of the field. That's it.
Yep.
Like when anything beyond Malcolm Brogdon's shoulder, he's not gonna even pay any attention. But anything in his cone of vision, he's excellent at executing that. But if you ask him to have like extraordinary court vision, he's not gonna do that.
Like things off the cuff, like he's not gonna adjust.
Yeah,
he's not flashy. It's ABC.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to improvise.
He's not Pat Mahomes. He's Alex Smith.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right. But the thing about it is that's not bad.
There's nothing wrong with There's nothing wrong with Alex Smith. You can win with Alex Smith.
Because think about think about Alex Smith and then think about dudes with the same physical profile like Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones wishes he could have some of the successes that Alex Smith had. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's one of those. It's Jeff Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys that and so what I'm getting at ultimately, what I'm getting at with the Grimes thing is Grimes does have the innate point guard skills in him. It's just translating those abilities to the next level.
That's Freezy's favorite.
Can he do that?
Because Grimes has a bit of improvisation in him. Because we've seen
some shake to him.
Like
right?
I'm talking about specifically like his playmaking, because we've seen him like especially summer league, but that behind the back pass that he pulled off in summer league is straight improvisation.
Right.
A lot of the lobs that he threw to Obi last season is a bit of improvisation.
Right.
So it's not like completely far-fetched if you were to develop that part of his game.
Yeah, but the thing about that though, Dre, and this is the thing that I think basketball fans don't get. You can't be everything to everybody.
Yep.
Right. So if you're a facilitator, most of the times your defense is going to lack. Right. If you're a lockdown defender at guard, then you might have one other skill, and that might be 3-point shooting. But when you're talking about being an elite defender, an elite shooter, and elite playmaker, now you're talking about getting in the class of like Clyde Frazier.
That's
like that don't come
super max money.
Yeah. So the thing with Grimes is if Grimes just come in and be
service,
dare I say, Spencer Dinwiddie light, then we got to steal. But that'll never happen. Because Spencer Dinwiddie is a pick and roll maestro. His defense is not up to par with Grimes.
Where was Grimes drafted? 25, right?
Yeah, something.
I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah,
keep
25.
Keep it honest.
Remember those
Grimes
next years?
If Grimes continues his reputation as being an elite defender, that's kind of a steal at 25.
But that's what he's gonna get coached into, and that's what he's gonna be. You know, and you still need the second playmaker.
But the thing is,
right.
he tried to be like the do-it-all guy in college, and he realized he wasn't going to make it to the league until he picked up a niche. Like he needed the 3-and-D niche to get to the league because of how it didn't pan out all the way he wanted it to at Kansas.
So if you want to play shortstop, right, you can't show the coach you got the strongest arm because you ain't playing shortstop.
They're gonna put you in right field.
They're gonna put you in right field. They're gonna put you in third. Because the strongest arm don't belong on shortstop.
And depending on how strong that arm is, they may put you on the bump. You see, the Mets did that.
I don't know, man.
The Mets did that with Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom played shortstop at Stetson.
No, deGrom was solid. I'm talking about Grimes though, but Grimes is not a bad passer.
No,
now,
he's not a bad passer.
Him being a secondary ball handler, I don't know yet, but he has it. He has the playmaking ability. Him being a 3-and-D is probably his ceiling, but him being also being a 3-and-D playmaker that can
that's
shoot.
His floor.
Him being his floor. Him being a 3-and-D playmaker that could that could pass and shoot. I'm not against it if that's what he's going to become. That's because he was doing that in high school. So I'm not if that translates to the league, I'm not going to say it's too good to be true. I mean, it's kind of like. That's kind of like the player he should be. I mean,
you know how I view Grimes? Optics on him would be viewed completely differently if he was on the Warriors compared to the Knicks. Because the Warriors,
that's situational.
It's situational, but the Warriors know how to use guys that can pass, dribble, and shoot.
Right. I can
play
agree.
defense.
Play defense, right?
Yeah. So
you could play a little bit of defense and you'll be okay on the Warriors.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just how his development happens because development isn't linear.
Grimes would probably be Moses Moody on the Warriors right now. What'd you say, my fault?
No, I ain't saying that.
Oh, yeah, he would be like that Moses Moody on the Warriors right now. He'd probably be just like that.
I could see that.
Shooting, defend, just add a touch of playmaking in there.
I would say Moses Moody is like he's more athletic.
He's a bit more athletic. Way more athletic. Yeah, he's a bit more athletic. A little bit taller as well. It was Moody about 6'6", 6'5", but
yeah.
And
better
handles. Shooting kind of matches. The defense matches. Moses Moody got long arms too, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember.
And Moody is just a better player. And ain't no harm
in that. Like the Warriors are trying to turn him into Iguodala. Like that's what they're
exactly. That's his card. I almost said Iguodala, but I almost said Iguodala, but I had to remember, like, no, this is Grimes. Iguodala's Iguodala, Grimes is Grimes.
Iguodala's a freak athlete.
I had to, like, Iguodala had them long arms that go all the way down to, like,
his knees, bro.
Exactly. Go all the way down. Grimes don't have the long arms, but
longest arms and quickest hands at the same time.
And active hands, got quick hands, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
And so, but I guess ultimately the thing I'm getting at is in order for us to unlock some of the other guys on the roster, we're going to have that secondary and tertiary playmaker that can make plays because scoring the ball in the NBA is hard. especially against set defenses.
Right.
And some people make it look easy. Some people make it look easy, right? But man, you need help doing this stuff sometimes, man.
No, I agree. That comes with being able to read.
Right.
Freeze.
agree.
That like the part of you saying we need a tertiary playmaker. This is where Tibbs is gonna have to trust Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to lean on him more, especially with the second unit.
Well, are you talking about the second unit or the third or the
Second
starter?
unit.
Freezy?
I mean in general, because
Tertiary is usually the third playmaker. That's usually the third option.
Yeah,
so
usually like on the second unit, because you can't have three playmakers in your starting lineup because now you're wasting talent.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It would have been okay.
Ideally, the Knicks would have started Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitch, right? Yeah. And then that way, R.J. Randle and Mitch could just eat off of the backcourt.
Then they'll stagger
but if you added Ben Simmons to that, now it's like, well, if your lineup was like, Brunson, Spider, Ben Simmons, RJ, and Mitch, now you like, and now all you got now Ben Simmons just out there rebounding.
Right. Now I mean, I don't know who's you got. Yeah, iHeart's not a bad passer. I seen it today.
Yeah.
It's just
want
developing the chemistry. I don't think Quickly will ever be that type of.
No, I know we want him to be that, but he's not that yet.
Yo, Knicks want him to be Tyrese Maxey.
Right.
And that ain't who he is.
Yeah, and Kobe White and Lou Williams, we want him to be all those guys.
Kobe White would be a nice pickup for the Knicks, though. I would take him as a second ball handler.
Kobe White?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the only thing, though, is Lonzo Ball's hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
they got Io.
Yeah,
they got Io.
Yeah. Well, they got Io. They got Caruso. They got depth.
Is Caruso healthy now? He should be healthy.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but no, they need every team. Yeah, we need that playmaker. We need all that we can get. All of that.
And that'll unlock Jalen Brunson to give you 40, to give you 35 on those nights he's feeling it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my point was.
And they have Dragic. They have Dragic also. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But that was my point from earlier was with Spencer on the floor with JB, even though Luka wasn't there, it unlocked Jalen Brunson to excel at what he's good at. And that's that mismatch.
An attack.
Yeah. But
because when he gets in the lane, he's looking at the rim first.
Oh, and they have Dalen Terry.
Dalen Terry.
Yeah, the dude that played in the backcourt with Ben Mathurin.
Oh.
In Arizona, yes.
So
Kobe White may be attainable.
That would be
he might be
for the Knicks.
Yes,
but the thing is he's on his fourth year. So they're gonna trade him. It's just
that would be a great
because they're probably not gonna bring him back because from like I talk to Bulls fans all the time, they're not really that high on Kobe White.
Yeah, they don't like Kobe.
Yeah,
they're not that high on him.
My homie be on here all the time. Yeah, I guess you're right.
and the funny
he likes Dalen Terry a lot though.
I like Dalen Terry.
My homie from Chicago, he likes him a lot. So
yeah, man,
he definitely he likes Lonzo a lot too. I see.
But you know what? You and I were talking about. Me and UI and Sub were talking about what would be perfect day for the Knicks. And remember, I told you, and and no lie, I told Cully, hands to the man.
Yes, you like Dalen Terry.
Yes.
But
I like Dalen Terry, and I like the guy that the Knicks drafted at 11. And so
wait, what?
Ousmane Dieng?
Yes.
You wanted I'm sorry. I forgot.
I was watching him play. That guy, that kid is very, very fluid. He may not have everything together, but he's
that dude's gonna be Paul George.
Bro. I wanted him, man. But
Paul George.
I'm gonna look up his highlights when I get a chance.
Yeah. Because Sub asked me, he was like, yo, if you can't get Ben Mathurin, who do you want at 11? And I'm like, you sure Ben Mathurin can't last to 11? He was like, nah, he'll probably be gone.
Well, he didn't make it to 11, right? No.
Yeah,
he got 6. He went 6.
Yeah,
he didn't even make it. I mean, yeah. He didn't
I was watching Shaden Sharp. Shaden Sharp looks like a young T-Mac, bro.
Yes.
Keegan Murray, bro. That's the ROI, man.
Right.
My money's on Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray
Keegan Murray's
looks
already.
solid, too.
Keegan Murray's already like NBA ready.
He's
But like
ready
as far
to
as ceiling,
dominate,
bro,
son.
I was watching Shaden Sharp. This dude jumps out the like. He's a super fluid athlete. Jumps out the gym,
and he's quick, explosive,
and he
You know,
he can
Bro,
create a
that alley
shot
he
at
caught
will.
from dude the other night.
Yeah, he cocked
against the
it
Warriors.
back. He cocked it back.
He cocked it. Like he got up there, like he looked like he was way above the rim. Like his whole body was above the rim. That's what it looked like. I don't know. It looked
that
crazy.
dude is quick, explosive. That dude is dangerous.
Straight out. Hopefully he's not injury prone. Him and Anthony Simons in the future, they're gonna be something for that.
Yeah, I like Simons too.
He's what? Like he's the athlete that Cam fam thinks Cam is. Cam is fluid, but he don't got bounce like that.
No,
Right.
he-
That's what
he
we
ain't
want.
got no
We want Cam to be
49-inch
like that.
vertical.
Or Keegan Murray at
Oh.
least. We want Cam to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keegan Murray is just all like he's already. He might not have the highest ceiling, but he's already pro ready.
You know that dude reminds me of Sean Elliott.
He reminds me of Harrison
Keegan Murray?
Barnes.
Yes.
I can see, but like
I'm
Harrison
talking
Barnes-
about. I'm talking about the later years Sean Elliott. I'm not talking about the
the
bouncy
refined,
dude out
the
of
refined.
Joe Elliott from the Spurs.
Yeah. When he was at when he
Yeah,
was
I'm
at Arizona,
crying.
bro. When he was at Arizona, he was a body snatcher, bro. That dude would bang it on you quick.
Yes,
You know,
Joe
would've.
Elliott on the Spurs. I'm crying.
Yeah.
The one that used to shoot up the backboard for fun. Oh man.
we only saw him when he was older and just more of a 3-and-D guy, basically.
That squad he was on at Arizona, it was him, Steve Kerr,
Curry,
Sean
yeah,
Rupp,
I remember.
Bison Dele, Kenny Lofton.
No,
the dude
I
that
remember.
plays-
But
Yeah.
Check out that oop I put in the comments, man. And this kid is a nobody. Came in from nothing. And it's just amazing some of the talent out there.
check it out.
If you got an
Like, if
eye
you-
for talent, man, it's out
If
there.
you can hoop, somebody's gonna find you because they're getting
Right.
paid. These scouts are getting paid a ton of money. Bro.
I mean, this is a 6'7", 6'7", like that's not,
So the movie Adam Sandler was in.
you know, I don't know.
Was
I
it
look at-
Hustle? Hustle, my bad. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
just
saw-
look
yeah,
at
that's
I just look
crazy.
at basketball talent like the best player in the world could be playing pickup ball right now. It's just so much talent out there.
It's like Embiid picked up a ball at 14, man.
Right.
Yeah.
14.
You just
Yeah,
talk
look at
about
the movie.
oops.
Look at the movie Hustle. That's how it
Right.
be. With Adam Sandler. That's exactly how it be.
Because
You
when
know,
the
countries-
scouts find someone, they get a hell of a kickback from it.
Yeah.
They get a hell of a
and,
kickback
and
from it.
to make y'all laugh, I think that's what Farron Hunt gonna be. Farron Hunt,
See,
bro.
I like Farron Hunt though.
Farron Hunt was that lob that they threw him last year, the one he missed. Remember the one he missed? They tried to throw it out of the gym. I think they tried to throw that thing out of the building, and he got a fingertip on it and missed it.
Dang.
And all Tibbs could do was turn around and laugh. Tibbs laughed because he was like, "Yo, if he had caught that, bro, if he had caught that lob, that's Vince Carter over Frederick Weiss type lob, bro. If he had caught that, bro, that is Dominique Wilkins against Alton Lister type dunk.
Blister.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, if Farron Hunt had caught that, bro, and he was mad, he was embarrassed and mad at the same time because he only took 2 shots all last year and he missed both of them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
It's interesting how.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like we really lack like high-end athleticism outside of maybe Obi and Sims, but we have athletes, but we don't have athletes that can do something with the ball in their hands. That's really what it
right.
Because we got guys that can jump, but they need someone to give them the balls so they can jump with it.
Right, because Mitch is a great athlete.
Taco Fall's playing in China.
He sucks.
Hey, did you guys
No, I'm
discuss earlier?
playing.
Hey, guys, you discussed earlier any concern that Brunson had 30 minutes in 3 quarters? Any concern about that?
He's gonna play that many minutes regardless. He
But
better
not
get
in
used to it.
No, in 3 quarters though.
Yeah,
No,
I'm saying he's gonna get used to it because they're gonna bench him at the beginning of the
They're
tour.
gonna get every
And then-
$100. They're gonna get every
and
dollar
then
of
they're
that
gonna
$100 million.
then they're gonna bring him back in at the 8-minute mark, so he's gonna get 38 minutes in.
38, 40. So you okay with that?
No.
Yeah, I'm a Wiz, and listen, here's the thing about what you just mentioned. I think that's an excellent point, right? My concern is not that Brunson is playing 30 minutes. My concern is that Tibbs don't feel like he has another guy that he can go to so that Brunson won't play 30 minutes.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It goes back to that point, the point that me and Sally were talking about, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, who else is going to be handling this ball?
Yeah. This guy's not a machine. He's not an android.
Right. Right.
He's not Kyrie Irving either.
No. Yeah, man, it's something to consider.
Jalen Brunson is an amazing basketball player, and he's going to give you every ounce. And I think the Knicks are going to wear his butt out.
Right.
I don't think he finishes the season if you don't have another ball handler.
No, he won't. He won't. And to be honest with you, that's one of the conversations that I had behind the scenes with the big boss man. Big boss man was like, Jalen Brunson, if Jalen Brunson gets hurt, we're the worst team in the NBA.
Yes, I agree. You're right there with it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's sad. It's crazy. I hate to say it on this podcast, but you nailed it, man. And Jalen Brunson goes into the paint like that, and he's not big, and he takes a lot of charges. If I was Stibbs, I'd be like, you need to ease up on them charges, homie.
Yeah.
Because
because the thing about it, if Jalen Brunson gets and not hurt, I'm sorry, if Jalen Brunson gets injured, because we all get hurt, you know what I'm saying? We all like bang our toe on a coffee table or wake up with aches and pains. You know what I'm saying? That's being hurt. But if Jalen Brunson gets injured and misses significant time, we're in trouble because now we're dependent on Derrick Rose to stay healthy. Yeah. And then when Derrick Rose gets injured, then you're dependent on the backcourt of Quickly, Grimes, and McBride.
maybe it's thin ice.
Yeah.
It's thin ice. Maybe that's why Thibs walked off, was because this is, maybe that's not a good sign, man.
Yeah.
I was about to say that's not actually.
That's not a good sign, guys. Like, I mean, the coach did it. It's not,
Shout out to Rafael Diaz.
Not,
in the building.
Yeah, my fault for you guys.
Nah, man, I'm thinking if Brunson gets injured,
I don't think Thibs wanted Brunson. Why would you walk off if you did? Why would you? The last game before the season starts, you already thrown a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
As the head coach, man, you're supposed to be poised and show leadership. Leaders don't do that.
Right.
Leaders don't walk off like that, bro.
I mean, you beat the crap. My fault, Sully. Go ahead, my fault.
No, I'm just saying, like, if I like to think of myself as a person who has the ability to lead, and I would never do that if I wasn't coach of a team.
Right.
Turning your back on your people, man. Like, you lost respect for doing that.
Right. And then not only that, Rick Carlisle, you beat the crap out of the Pacers. What was it, Friday?
Right.
So, like, why are you Rick Carlisle? He didn't do all that. I mean, come on.
Right.
Rick Carlisle got smacked worse than we did. The Pacers got smacked by us.
Yeah.
On Friday.
You know what the Pacers did? Pacers came back and made sure they were going to play transition defense. That's what they made sure they were going to do.
And one thing about Rick Carlisle, he might not be the most likable guy because he's not, but he's a professional.
Right.
And Tibbs walking off, unless he had to go. I mean, hey, listen, we're all man, we're all human. Maybe he had to go to maybe he had to go to the bathroom, take a number 2. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that he didn't have to, because things creep up on you. Maybe he has some yogurt for lunch, and next thing you know, he's got to go to the bathroom. Who knows? But outside look, I'm trying to make some humor about it, but that could be the case.
You never know. And these dudes know each other because they're all in the coaches union. So it's not like these dudes don't know each other. All these coaches, all these coaches, assistant coaches, head coaches, all of them are in that coaches union. And as a matter of fact, I think Rick Carlisle is the president of the coaches union.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Most winning coach in NBA history.
Yeah.
Rick Carlisle.
Yeah.
Thanks to Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah.
Most
Hey y'all,
winning
so I'm
coach.
gonna wrap it up right here, man, because we hitting that 2 hour mark, man. I'm gonna get out because I gotta get some rest so I can jump up in the morning and do some stuff, man. Thank everybody for coming through. Make sure y'all join that Discord. Do this Discord thing, man.
I'm gonna drop the Discord link real quick before you head out.
Yeah, man. So we trying to do our thing, and Dre, you can also drop it on the because it refreshes like often, right?
Yeah.
So
you can add a bot to your chat where that will just automatically drop a Discord invite.
I would love to do that.
I'm gonna see if I can set it up for you.
But I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Well, let's get this Discord, pretty active for the season, man. It's going to be a great time to hang out with people that get along and talk.
I think I got to change the name, right? Instead of doing Blorange Tears, I should just name it like Knicks something, so when people search,
Backcourt.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like the Backcourt, the Knicks Backcourt, something like that. The Glass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that way.
I ain't too good at that stuff, but
yeah, the whole marketing thing, man, is. But anyways, thank you everybody for coming out, hanging out with us. We're gonna get out of here, wrap up right here. Here's another dope show. We'll be back tomorrow, the same time, hopefully. You know what I'm saying, to hang out and kick it. Last night I had a power outage, that's how come I couldn't jump back on, but we'll be here hanging out.